What's up, guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Melody Renee, and I am for real believing about my dreams. If you are here and you part of the fam, welcome, 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 welcome back for real. Living with anxiety can be difficult, but there are some steps that you can take that might help. So in this video, I'm going to give you some suggestions that you should consider. Nervous, anxious, itchy, moving your hands a lot, shaky, sick to your stomach, or like you're in a mental fog, you feel foggy around here, or you can't get out, you don't feel safe, or you feel alone. Everyone struggles with mental health at some point in their lives. It's just part of being a human. Some people have severe panic attacks, other people are just anxious, other people may explode, other people may not say anything. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. We are just having a human experience, and sometimes this is what you have to go through. It's just like a physical injury. If you're having a physical injury, that requires more than just a regular doctor visit. You need to go to the ER, emergency room trip. You might feel yourself in urgent need of emotional care. You may find yourself in urgent need of medical care, just like someone breaks in a leg and they need to go to the emergency immediately. You may have a emotional care broken leg and you need to see it or see someone or get it treated immediately. Sometimes you can't wait, and you shouldn't wait. Okay, so today we're going to talk about using different techniques to help us cope with anxiety, panic attacks, and also depression. So let's get into it. If you're new, stay tuned because I'm always giving you tricks and tips on how to be for real your authentic self and become a future millionaire. So you will see me look down sometimes because I do have notes. I wrote down some things that I really wanted to make sure that I hit on. This is so important to me because I've dealt with it on my own. I've dealt with it with family and friends, and it's something that is really near and dear to my heart because when you're dealing with this, it's really tough, right? Number one, talk to somebody you trust. Have you ever felt the urge to call someone with good news as soon as you get it or want to shout it out to the world? Have you ever been in a car accident or something tragic and the first thing that you want to do is call someone and tell them about it? It is a human mechanism in us to call someone to let them know about good news and also bad news. It's also important that you talk to somebody who you feel comfortable with, who you know isn't going to spread gossip about you, and someone that is going to make you feel comfortable. Let's go over some things to remember when speaking to someone about your life issues. Choose the right person. Best friend, siblings, mom, parents, pastor, therapist, school counselor. Bottom line, someone you trust and you know who cares, someone you know who is going to be worthy and trustworthy with your issues. Number two, know that sometimes you just need to vent and not have your problems fixed. Choose the right time to talk. Don't talk when there's too much noise going on. Make sure that you guys are private and make sure that they are in a proper mind and state to handle the information that you are going to give them. Sometimes we get a little riled up and hype about the situation, and sometimes it's not appropriate to tell someone in that very moment. It is important for you to set your own limitations on when to talk to someone, who to talk to, and how much you are willing to disclose. There's only so much parenting that you can do for yourself. Some people need an additional person to speak to on that level. Sometimes you need to get those emotions out, and mental support may be needed. The most important things that people don't understand when dealing with anxiety and depression is that your physical health is so important and crucial to keep your mind and your body working simultaneously together like a well-oiled machine. So eating healthy, working out, drinking enough water, sleeping, and getting your full rest for your particular body, keeping your teeth clean. A lot of times, a lot of things that are chemically going wrong with you are because you have infected teeth. Even if you have really white teeth, sometimes a lot of the infection could still just be in your gum line. And so getting your yearly checkups, your 6-month checkups, and also cleaning your teeth and flossing your teeth regularly has a lot to do with your actual brain function. Staying active, making sure that you're out there mingling with people. Even if you're an introvert, you have to have a balance of the things that you like to do versus the things you need to do for your human physical body. Okay? Stress management and health with sleeping is one of the most important things too. People think that they can get away with only having like 1 hour of sleep. It is going to catch up with you. You are going to start working on autopilot, making a lot of mistakes. It is very important and very vital, just like it is so important to charge your phone up at night. Otherwise, when you get up in the first thing in the morning and you have not charged your phone, it is going to be on red. It is going to be dead, needing to be charged, and all day you're going to have issues with your phone being on low. You're going to have to try to figure out spots to plug it in, and then you might get a little bit of juice, but then it's going down very shortly after that, and then the cycle continues. It is the same with our human bodies. If we are not getting the proper rest throughout the day, we might get spurts. The 5-hour energy drinks, your coffee, your dose of motivation, but eventually you are going to crash, and it's super important that you make sure that you get that sleep so that way you will not crash in an important project or an important event. One thing that I'm working on myself is keeping a journal. Oh my goodness, so many millionaires and billionaires say that this is like one of the best steps that they've ever taken in their life. I'm trying to emulate it, but it is pretty tough to write in a journal every day if that's not kind of like your thing to do. But if a billionaire, millionaires are doing it and they say it is proven success, this is something that we all should be doing to reinvent ourselves, correct? For real. All right, so try to write in your diary every single day. This is so important and vital to your subconscious. Set aside a few minutes. What I like to do, or what I've started to do, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I keep my journal right by the door. Before I walk out of that door, I allot myself some time to write down some things in my journal, whether it's just I'm going to have a great day, whether it's drawing something. It does not have to meet a certain structure. It just needs to have something of you written in it every single day. That is the key. Okay. But make it easy. Keep a pen and a paper in a certain spot at every time. Set your timer so that you're able to do it. Because if you have to find your journal, if you have to find a pen, you're more than likely not going to do it. Trust me. Use me as your examples of what not to do, and put a pen, a pencil, a paper, a crayon, whatever. It doesn't have to be fancy, and make sure that you're writing it. Hey, even if you don't have a journal, get a couple of pieces of paper, staple them 3 times on the side. Voila, makeshift at-home journal. Simple. Again, it doesn't have to follow any particular structure. It doesn't even have to be words. If you just feel like drawing something in your journal that day, that is what you're going to draw in your journal. But I do recommend you putting a date, so that way when you start to look back, when you do your quarterly review, then you are able to see what was going on throughout that quarter and what you can do better or what you did wonderfully. Try peer support. So peer support is basically someone who's going through the exact same thing as you, and you guys are talking to each other to work things out and discuss, like, what have you experienced? What have you experienced? Have you been experiencing the same things? And you guys can kind of share notes. It's like being in the same classroom with the same teacher, and you guys are in the classroom taking the same notes, and you're like, hey, let's swap notes. Let me see some things that maybe I've missed and some things that you've missed, and then we can discuss it together and maybe come up with some great ideas. Good essential thing to do if you're dealing with anxiety or depression. There is a great resource. It's called Support IV. It is an anonymous website. I believe they have an app as well. I'll leave it up here. But when you go on there, you're able to pick whatever you're going through, whether it is being a stay-at-home mom, how to cope with not being with your kids because you're a working mom. They have different categories for peers in your particular situation. They are big on eliminating trolls, so it is strictly to help. So I definitely recommend that site. It is a great tool for people who are not quite ready to go to therapy, but for siblings or husband or wife is not the right person just right now, because getting your anxiety even higher. So this might be a great solution to do first so that you can get some kind of suggestions, and then when you're ready or you have calmed down in your state, you will be able to go to your family member or someone that you trust to have that discussion. This one is really hard for a lot of people of color, and trust me, it is a big deal for anybody. This step is just important for regular physical health. We need to possibly see a therapist, a psychotherapist, or even take medication to regulate ourselves again, okay? Now, I know that might sound really crazy to some people, but for depression, there are two kinds of psychotherapy called cognitive behavior therapy and interpersonal psychotherapy. That combining psychotherapy and medications may be more effective than just one or the other. So it might be beneficial for someone who's dealing with deep depression to consider psychotherapy and antidepressant medication.
Let me say this. This is just a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am just someone who has dealt personally with anxiety and depression, and are giving you all of the tools and tricks that I use.
If you are having any type of suicidal thoughts, I'm going to leave the suicide number right here. Bop, bop, bop. Make sure you hit that up. Make sure you speak to someone. And it may be important for you to actually go and get hospitalized and get treated, okay? Now, don't feel bad about that. When someone's sick, after 4 or 5 days, if they're not getting better, they feel the film in their chest, they have to go to the ER or to a clinic to get a particular medication to cleanse out their system so that they then can get better. And so you have to think about mental medication the same way. It's not something that you may have to use forever. It's not something that, oh my God, you should be stigmatized for. It is something that you need in this particular moment to feel better. And then once you start feeling better, then you should be able to remove that.
And again, I am no doctor. I'm not helping you diagnose yourself. Just make sure that if you're going through these things, you also talk to a physician or also a psychotherapist. But these are just
some tips that I really wanted to give because they worked for moi. The next one is practicing mindfulness. I mean, it is very important to work and exercise this mind, okay? So focusing your attention on the present, what is going on now, not what is going to happen in the future or what happened in the past. It is not here, either one. We are here right now, and so focusing on being here is going to help you with any anxiety or panic attacks. Recognizing the emotional state that you're in. Meditating to reduce stress, and it'll also help you relax. Then also, if you're going through a panic attack right in the moment, it's really important to find an object to focus on right then, okay? Some people find it helpful to look at something and don't move your eyes off of that one thing, and by focusing on that, it will get your breathing down because your brain is not looking at all or listening to or hearing or going through your memory bank of things. And this is something that has helped me in the middle of panic attacks all the time, okay? breathing exercises, and it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be like all intricate, like, oh my god. It is just a simple breathing exercise that you can do. What I have done during a panic attack is counting backwards from 10. So when you're going through that moment, your heart is racing, you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, you're just gonna simply just count back to 10. You're gonna focus on one item in the room or an object in the room, and you're going to count backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way till you get to 1. And then you're going to breathe in slowly and deeply. When you're breathing in as slowly and deeply as you can through your nose, and then so on, right? So by doing that, finding your object, counting back from 10 after you breathe in through your nose. Breathe in through your nose. I should have said this. Breathe in through your nose 1 through 5, and breathe out through your mouth is as much as air that you can get out. And then you're going to count to 10, or count from 10 to 1. That is something that is going to be, oh, it has helped me in several panic attacks, okay? Because your girl was like, what's going on? And I did that, and that really, really helped me to calm down and then get back in tune with what is going on with me presently, and not worrying about what is going to happen in the near future or that happened to me in the past, okay? And sometimes we cannot help that. Sometimes we are triggered by childhood trauma. Things happen. It's really important that you really go get your mental health checked out. If you're feeling any type of way, go see a professional, speak to a therapist, start with a peer coach thing from Support IV, get your breathing in checked. Make sure that you meditate. Even if you find something on YouTube that has like a 2-minute meditation, if you're interested in something like that, let me know. Make a comment down below, and I'll definitely do some meditations with you. If you're interested on seeing exactly how I do my breathing techniques during a panic attack, let me know down below as well, and I'll definitely do that for you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, never give up on your dreams. For real, believe in you, and I'll see you next time. Later. Where your fours at?